Hello everyone, welcome to this episode of Ambitious Minds, where we interview students who have taken an untraditional path to follow their passion while being in university. Today we are here with Varin, and if you're interested in being a YouTuber or creating your own music channel, this episode is for you. Hi Varin.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Firstly, thank you so much for having me, Ava. For those of you guys who don't know, this has been a full year in the making, so I'm glad we're finally sitting down today doing this podcast.
Thank you so much. So Varin, can you start off by introducing yourself?
Yeah, so hello everyone. My name is Varin. I'm a fourth year Queen's Commerce student. I'm 21 years old, and I'm the founder of LOL Music Group, which is a network of YouTube lyric channels that were launched in equity partnership with Sony Music Entertainment. I've achieved over 250,000 subscribers on YouTube and have been seen by over 300 million viewers worldwide. My channels, since they were launched in partnership with Sony, they give me access to upload music from some of the world's largest artists while also allowing me to monetize and make money from them.
Wow, that's so cool. So excited to have you. So excited to listen to your stories today. Okay, so how did you first get into YouTube?
Back in June of 2018, my sister was in Queen's Commerce, actually. I know, it seems like it was a long time ago. And one of her classmates used to work with Mr. Beast on YouTube. He had about 500,000 subscribers himself. And I saw this at 14 years old, and I was like, yo, that's like the coolest thing ever. I want to try this out, and maybe one day I can do it. And yeah, so back in 2018, kind of got inspired. And then 7 years later, here we are today, sitting doing this interview.
Okay, so cool. So how was your growth process?
I initially didn't start off by doing music. I tested a bunch of different niches, different channels, things that I wasn't really passionate about. And then I kind of decided that what I was really passionate about was promoting lyric videos and curating music for millions of people out there. So at the end of 2019, I decided, okay, I'm gonna do lyric videos. And then I had a channel from 2019 to 2022. Got about 200 something thousand subscribers and 100 million views. But the problem with this channel was that I wasn't making any money off of it. Like I was making a bit just here and there, nothing too much to the point where I could make a living off of it. And that's because copyright was a very big issue. And in the music space, if you get copyrighted, it's pretty much like a dead end. Like you're not gonna make a career out of it. And then I really thought to myself, I was like, what am I doing? I'm making all of these videos, getting millions of views, but I'm not earning a single cent. And then I was kind of stuck. And then that's when the savior in this story comes along. So Sony Music Entertainment, they saw me doing this with my other channel and they were like, hey, we know you have talent. We know you can promote these artists. Why don't we give you our catalog of artists and then you can make videos for us on your own channels and we'll let you monetize them. And fast forward 3 years today, here we are, 12 channels with Sony Music. Most curators actually only have 1 to 2 channels. I believe the second largest curator in terms of number of channels is 8. And I have 12. So as for now, I'm the #1 curator.
Whoa, that's so cool. So was it you reaching out to Sony or like did they just reach out to you? How did that work?
Yeah, so it was a bit of an interesting story. It was early 2022 when I had just started my first year at Queen's University. And they saw me posting lyric videos on my other channel and they were like, oh, this guy has talent. Like, let's maybe test him out for a year, give him a trial period. And then they gave me a trial period. The first video I did with them hit number 23 on the trending tab on YouTube. So as soon as that happened, I was like, okay, I'm blessed. Like they know my talent, I got this. And then, yeah, we were all good from them. So yeah, they kind of reached out and handled everything. And then I just showed up to work, taught them how it's done.
That's so cool, that's so cool. So what has been the hardest moment of your YouTube journey so far?
Or the hardest part of my journey so far on YouTube was definitely that initial growth phase. Back in 2018, you really had to grind to become a successful content creator. Nowadays, there's stuff like Instagram Reels, TikTok, YouTube Shorts. You can kind of post that and then overnight get millions of views. But yeah, 2018, 2019, I was making hundreds of channels, niches that I didn't even enjoy. I was making gaming videos, cooking videos, technology videos, anything to like try and succeed. And it was so demotivating seeing the effort that I was putting in not sort of paying off. But then I'm glad I stuck to it. And if I didn't stick to it, I wouldn't be here where I am today.
So cool. What was the motivator behind all of this drive that you had?
The biggest motivator behind kind of just like finding success on YouTube, or just like doing YouTube in general?
Finding success in YouTube, I would say.
Initially, I would say that it was definitely the idea of having a bunch of subscribers and kind of making a career out of it. I know a lot of content creators online are like, oh, you shouldn't do it for the money, you shouldn't do it for the success. But then I was 14. I'm obviously not going to listen to that kind of stuff. I'm obviously going to want to kind of chase those things. And surprisingly, it actually did work out. So, yeah.
Looking through your Instagram page, like you have one story that shows a plaque of you writing down your goals like when you were young, and you made it. So that was like so inspiring. That's so cool. Like, do you have anything to say about it?
This plaque was January 1st of 2019, and it's a fake YouTube plaque. I cut it up using like paper from that I found at my house and just like framed it up in a photo frame with the YouTube logo. It looks like absolutely horrible because I was like 14, 15 years old at this time. And around the plaque, I put sticky notes with motivational messages such as, you got this, today's gonna be the big day, this is the day that I start, I'm gonna pull it off because I'm going to chase my dreams and then nobody can tell me anything. So looking back at that photo just means so much to me. The fact that I was able to pull that off and not only get one YouTube plaque, but now I have two.
That's so cool. So what has been your favorite collab so far?
I've worked with a ton of famous artists before, but one that really sticks out to me is this guy named Dax. Dax is a rapper with 6 million followers, and he's such a genuine guy. I was on FaceTime with him the other day, and we were talking about how I can promote his new music. The thing with artists that reach that amount of success is a lot of them kind of lose touch with reality and they forget who they are. But Dax is such a genuine and humble guy, and he really makes music that wants to spread a positive impact on the world. So for that reason, best collab ever, hands down Dax.
Okay, that's so cool. So what is your biggest inspiration?
My biggest inspiration has got to be my older sister, hands down. She has been the person that I have modeled my life after almost in every single way. I went to the same school as her, same program, same classes, same everything. She's kind of been like the test dummy. I kind of say, oh, you go try this out. I'm gonna see if it works. And then if she makes a mistake, I know not to do that in the future. But yeah, no, my sister's amazing. I always go to her when times get rough, when things are good. She's always the first person that hears about it. And yeah, for that reason, hands down, my sister is the best person. I love you, Vanity.
That's so nice. If you don't mind me asking, what's the range of your income out of doing YouTube channels with more than 250K subscribers?
That's a good question, because obviously income wasn't stable as it is now. For the first few years of YouTube, I wasn't really making any money at all. And then that kind of changed once I got signed by Sony. And I'll just say that I'm able to do YouTube full time and not have to worry about going down the corporate route or kind of launching other side hustles. I'm able to fully dedicate all of my time and energy to my passion, which is doing YouTube. So yeah, I'll leave a bit of mystery in there over there.
So that's cool. So how does it feel to be in this age and you already are making money? And I feel like it's such a unique position to be at this age and already successful.
I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say, no, it sucks. Like obviously it's very nice that I'm able to chase my passion and my dream and not have to worry about the financial side of things. I'm able to live the exact lifestyle that I want, so I have no complaints. And yeah, I just like to try to keep myself humble and remind myself that at any moment things could change. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I have no complaints, and I'm happy with the position that I'm in.
That's amazing. So what motivates you the most to keep pushing even when things slow down?
The thing that motivates me the most is definitely the volume of people that I have watching my content. Some days views can drop, and then some days we could hit all-time highs. And what really motivates me is waking up in the morning knowing that I have a duty to millions of people out there that are relying on my content. And at a surface, it doesn't really seem like much because it's a lyric video. It's 2 to 3 minutes in someone's day that they maybe get a little bit of enjoyment from. But then when you multiply that number by 300 million, you really start to see kind of the scale at how it kind of comes. So yeah, like even when things are low, I always remind myself that I have a duty to millions of people out there and making sure I wake up every single day and producing content for them.
What do you think is the reason for your videos to be that successful?
I would definitely say consistency. A lot of videos that we post will sometimes fail miserably. Videos that we put a lot of effort to, songs that we got weeks before the release, we hyped it up, and then all of a sudden it's our worst ranking video. But what kind of really motivates us is knowing that we have viewers out there. And the reason our videos are so successful is because we post daily on every single one of our channels, 12 channels, that's over like 300-400 videos a month. And if you're posting that many videos and they're pretty good quality, a few of them are gonna blow up for sure. And to this date, I believe some of my most successful videos have crossed 40 million views, 20 million views, and 30 million views. So,
Oh,
yeah.
that's amazing. That's cool. Do you have a team back you up in this journey?
Yeah, so I actually have a couple people working for me. I have a bunch of video editors, curators, graphic designers, and channel managers. And these guys kind of run the day-to-day operations. So I'm personally not making videos for 12 of my channels every single day. Otherwise, I would literally never leave my house. So yeah, I've outsourced good quality labor, and shout out all my guys. Shout out Leo, that's my right-hand man. Shout out Matthias, that's our head of curation. Shout out Micah, that's my business partner. And shout out everyone else that kind of helps me out for all my channels. So yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I feel like no one can do this alone. Like it's a lot of work, as you said. So my next question is, which everyone struggle with, like in a young age, like how do you manage a school, business, and a social life without burning out?
It's a great question. I ask myself this a lot too. I guess we'll break this question into 3 parts. So I'll start with school. In high school, I did the IB program, so I got a bunch of transfer credits. And then over the summer terms, I was taking a bunch of online art sci electives, which allows me to have a much more manageable 4th year. As for business, yeah, I mentioned I have people working for me, so they kind of manage the day-to-day tasks and allow me to focus on the main purpose of the business, which is always expansion and dealing with kind of the overhead things. And as for social life, I'm not this weird guy that locks himself inside all day. I'm a culture director here at Queen's on 3 different clubs, so I'm always planning socials and parties. And yeah, with that kind of in mind, I'm able to live a pretty balanced lifestyle. I like to live by the motto, work hard, play hard.
Yeah, let's go. That's the motive. So if someone spent a day instead of you, like in your life, what would surprise them the most?
I think what would surprise people the most is how organized and structured my daily routine is. I like to consider myself a very type A person. And for those of you who don't know, that pretty much means someone that's always on top of stuff, doesn't like to procrastinate, has everything laid out. And yeah, I'm a very organized person. I wake up at the same time every single day, eat my meals at the same time every day, work at the exact same time every day, train at the exact same time every day. So it's, yeah, I would definitely say the structure is what kind of would shock people the most. And I like, if I have a task in my mind that I need to do on a specific day, there's no way that I'm gonna like push it till later on in the night. I like getting all my work done first thing in the morning.
Wow, that's so impressive, I would say. Was it like this from the beginning, or did you build this routine up throughout time?
I definitely built that routine over time. I mean, each year my routine looks different, and I like to think that every single year of my life, I've changed drastically. I'm not the same person that I was last year, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, vice versa. But yeah, I would say that I've fine-tuned my routine quite a lot. And obviously there's certain things in my routine that have remained consistent. One of those things being work always first thing in the morning. I am my most focused in the morning, and I really like getting my tasks out the way. I don't like procrastinating.
Yeah, okay, yeah, makes sense. So my next question is going to be more personal because we want to get to know you. What music do you mainly listen to yourself, and what are your favorite songs and albums?
Oh my God. There are so many answers that just popped up into my head, but I listen to two main genres, I would say, those being mainstream rap and pop music. Some of my favorite projects include Beer Bongs and Bentleys by Post Malone. Favorite track off of that, Spoil My Night featuring Sway Lee, or Psycho featuring Ty Dolla $ign. I also really like the OG Spider-Verse soundtrack. So this movie dropped in 2018, came out with a bunch of artists on this album. Favorite song off of that would be Hide by Juice WRLD. Next up, I really like the album Love Me Now Reloaded by Tory Lanez. Favorite song on that would be Cut Me Off featuring Nav. And then I also really like OG Lil Skies, like 2018, 2019, Life of a Dark Rose and Shelby, that kind of era of his music was really good. I also really like Juice WRLD as well. Death Race for Love, that's a really good album. Favorite song off that would probably be Maze. And then a little bit more of a niche pull as well. A lot of people know Ian Dior off of his hit song that he was featured on called Mood. But if you look into his discography, he has really good albums such as Industry Plant and On to Better Things. But yeah, that's just kind of a general overview of my music taste. I kind of like the chill rap sort of genre.
It's actually crazy that you know all of this right at top of your head. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, my job kind of revolves around me having to know music, so pretty tapped in with that.
Yeah, wow, okay, it makes sense. So what have been your 5 top purchases?
5 top purchases. Let's go number 5. This is gonna be a shocker. I'm gonna say black coffee. And the reason I say black coffee is because every single day I'll always go to Starbucks or go to a cafe, get black coffee, just because it's the purest form of energy that you can kind of have. And every time I'm running on black coffee, I'm working at 110%. I feel like my best self. And in fact, I'm running on black coffee right now. All the baristas love me because I get complimented by this every single time. They're like, oh my God, you made my day so much easier. This is the easiest thing someone's asked me to make today. So yeah, I would say number 5 is definitely black coffee. Number 4 would probably be my private chef. He cooks all my meals. He frees up so much time for me. I don't have to cook, I don't have to clean, and he makes sure that I'm hitting all my macros. Number 3 would be my personal trainer. I train with him 3 times a week. He makes sure my form is in good shape and I'm also staying in good shape. He's very good. And number 2, I would say, is any purchase related to travel. Earlier this year on exchange, I went to 28 countries in 4 months, and it was the happiest I've ever felt in my life. And I travel a lot. Nowadays, I have a trip booked every single month, and I'm always going somewhere, and I never regret a single cent of anything spent on traveling. So yeah, travel number 2. The best thing that I've ever bought was my Rolex, and this symbolized the time in my life where I went all in on YouTube, because for 7 years I was kind of on the fence. I was like, oh, am I gonna do this full time? Am I not gonna do it? And then when I had the opportunity to buy my Rolex 2 months ago, I looked down at my wrist and I thought, yeah, okay, this is the sign to go all in on my dreams and do YouTube full time. And for those of you who don't really know too much about the luxury watch market, is that it can be a very good investment vehicle. A lot of Rolexes actually sell higher than the retail price, and that's because you can't just walk into Rolex and buy a Rolex. You have to get on the wait list, talk to the salespeople, they'll vet you, they'll see if you deserve a watch even. And most people wait on the wait list for 1 to 2 years. Thankfully, I got off in 2 months, and I was blessed with the ability to buy a new timepiece that just released this year. And when I actually purchased the watch, I walked out the store and it had already doubled in value, since it's a pretty rare piece that not a lot of people can get their hands on. So I'm extremely grateful for that.
So do you get hate comments?
Yeah, I definitely do get hate comments, and you can't really expect to get 300 million views and everyone's gonna love your videos. Obviously, there's gonna be some people that sort of say things here and there. At the end of the day, I'm kind of focused on my own bag and on my own lane. If people have time to hate, that means they're watching, and I'd much rather be talked about than forgotten. And yeah, I would say I don't really let it get to me too much. And I will say this, a message to everyone out there who doesn't believe in me. Keep doubting me. I am going to succeed regardless.
So what is your advice for people our age who like to be a content creator on YouTube?
I would say never give up. Content creation has its positives and negatives. And in the beginning, it's definitely the hardest stage, just because you're trying to build something so new that's extremely new to you. And it's I talk to a lot of people that want to become content creators, and then I ask them, I'm like, how many projects have you started? And they say, oh, I've started 1 to 2 channels, but like I didn't really see success, so I gave up. And then I look at them and I'm like, 1 to 2 channels. Most successful people that I know that have made it on YouTube have made hundreds of channels and never saw success off of it. Even me, for example, I made at least 100 channels back in 2018, and then I finally found something that I stuck to. And yeah, if you're a young content creator trying to make it, I would definitely say never give up, because if you never quit, you can never fail. And if you never fail, then you're going to succeed eventually.
Wow, that's a great quote from you. Throughout this journey, it was a long journey for you. What would you say was the biggest life lesson for you?
The biggest life lesson that I think I learned in this whole process was making sure that at the end of the day, I was the one that was happy with the decisions I was making. Especially being so young, I feel like a lot of young people out there can relate to this. We want to model our lives based on what our parents think, what our peers think, and not really what we truly desire at the end of the day. And I feel like going through this whole journey just made me realize how much I am now doing this for myself and not for anyone's external validation. Even if everyone on earth disappeared, this is what I'm truly passionate about. Curating music, I love music, and I want to spread that with the entire world.
Wow, that's so nice. Looking into future, what are your plans after graduation?
It's a good question. I definitely want to keep doing YouTube, growing Lol Music Group. I also launched a joint venture with a Sony music executive called Anthems Network. And this is pretty much the exact same as Lol Music Group. But on Anthems Network, we launch channels that are dedicated to specific cities and highlighting artists that come from those cities. So the 2 channels that we have up right now are Atlanta Anthems and New York City Anthems. So yeah, go check those out. And then another thing about after graduation is I've been reflecting recently, and my mind keeps changing about this topic, and that topic is, where do I want to be based when I graduate? I've been blessed with the opportunity to be able to do my job anywhere in the world, and there's a couple options that I've been thinking about. Obviously, number 1, staying at home, close to family and friends. Number 2, getting a nice place downtown Toronto, kind of being around that Queen's Commerce bubble. Number 3, going to Los Angeles, very big music hub, big opportunities over there. Number 4, Europe, that's where I was happiest in life, back on exchange. Would kill to go back there again. And then somewhere I've never been before, number 5, Bali, Indonesia, which is on the other side of the world. And there's a very big digital nomad hub over there. So I feel like I'd fit in pretty well, but my mind is gonna change on this topic so many times. And I cannot give a concrete answer about what is going to happen. And then I guess in terms of other stuff that I want to get into after graduating, I want to get into music production as well, like making instrumentals and beats for artists, because in my 7 years of experience as a curator, I've kind of developed a good ear for potential and good music, and I feel like that's a very good skill set to have as a producer. I feel like they go hand in hand. So who knows, maybe you'll see Varin making beats in like 2027.
That would be awesome. And just like off of what you were saying, I feel like we have a lot of opportunity to like just go live in different places. I think you've already covered this, but what's next for you? What are your future goals?
I want to keep growing, keep growing on YouTube, kind of keep hustling with that, keep growing my network and my channels and keep developing that. Yeah, potentially even getting into music production. As for some of my goals, this is going to come as a complete shocker to most people, but I want to win a Grammy, I want to hit Forbes 30 under 30, and I want to become the world's largest music curator. And those might seem like extremely unachievable goals, but if my 14-year-old self was to see the life that I'm living now, he would want me to shoot for the stars and go absolutely insane. And the advantage that I have is that in a few months, I'll be 22, coming right off graduation, and I have a very long time horizon ahead of myself. I have decades. So who knows, maybe when I'm 30, when I'm 40, you'll see me at the Grammy Awards, you'll see me on Forbes list, and best believe that I'm not stopping and I'm gonna keep hustling.
That's great. I'm actually so proud and like glad that you are reaching high, because why not, right?
Yeah.
And like this is what we are trying to promote in Ambitious Mind. Be ambitious with your life. Reach for the stars. So that was mostly all of my questions. Thank you again. Do you have any last words to our audience?
Yeah, I would say if you're a young creator out there, never give up. No matter what anyone says, things can be very demotivating sometimes, but I promise you, the other side of the fence is so much more than you could imagine. It's absolutely amazing once you finally make it, and life is worth living, especially when you have such a drive for content. And a lot of you hustlers out there, you guys need to keep sticking to it, and trust me, your dreams will come true and you'll be able to pull it off. So yeah.
Thank you so much. It was great to have you here, and thanks for sharing. I was so impressed. That was great. Thank you again for being here.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me, Ava. It's been a pleasure. This is my first interview ever, and I'm so glad that we're doing it here at Goods Hall on Ambitious Minds.
Thank you.
No worries.